Hey English learners, welcome back to Key to Learn English, your favorite place for real conversations about becoming fluent. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Ryan. We're so excited you're here with us today because we're diving into something that changed everything for us.
Yes, today we're talking about how to actually think in English instead of translating in your head. This is huge, Ryan.
Absolutely huge. Because if you're still translating every single word from your language to English and back again, your brain is exhausted and your speaking is slow.
Right, it's like running a marathon with weights on your ankles. You can do it, but why make it so hard?
Exactly. And the worst part is, you already know enough English. The problem isn't vocabulary or grammar, it's the mental translation loop that's holding you back.
If you're listening and thinking, wait, that's me, I translate everything. Don't worry. We both did this for years.
Years. I remember having full conversations in my head, translating word by word, and by the time I opened my mouth, the moment was gone.
Or you finally speak and it sounds robotic because you built the sentence in your language first, then converted it.
Yes, and English doesn't always work that way. Different grammar, different word order, different expressions.
So today, we're sharing the exact steps that helped us stop translating and start thinking directly in English. Real steps, not magic.
Not magic, just brain training. And the beautiful thing is, you can start today, even if you're intermediate or upper beginner.
This is a B1 to B2 level episode, so if you understand most of what we're saying right now, you're in the perfect place.
And hey, if you love learning English through real conversations like this, please hit the like button and subscribe to Key to Learn English.
Yes, it really helps us reach more learners like you. And we read every single comment, so after listening, tell us, do you still translate in your head? Be honest.
No judgment here. We've all been there.
Okay, so let's set up today's episode. First, we'll talk about why translation happens and why it slows you down.
Then we'll give you 7 powerful techniques to start thinking in English naturally. Techniques we actually use ourselves.
And at the end, we'll do our classic word tour, where we collect all the useful phrases and expressions from this episode so they stick in your brain.
We know many of you tell us, I'm building my vocabulary just by listening to you guys. And that makes us so happy.
Because that's exactly our goal. Learn English by living in it, not by memorizing lists in a textbook.
All right, let's start with the big question.
Why do we translate in the first place?
So, Sarah, when you were learning English, did you translate everything?
Oh my goodness, yes. Every sentence was like a math problem in my head. I'd think in my language, build the sentence, then try to convert each word.
Same here. And it felt safe, right? Because you're using your strong language as a bridge.
Exactly. It's like your brain says, I know this word in my language, so I'll just swap it for the English word.
But here's the problem. Translation gives you control, but it also traps you in slow thinking mode.
Yes, because you're doing double work. Think, translate, speak. Instead of just think and speak.
And in a real conversation, there's no time for that. People are talking, the moment moves, and you're still 3 sentences behind in your head.
Right, so you miss the flow. You miss the humor, the emotion, the connection.
Exactly. So why does this happen? Let me break it down.
Okay, reason 1.
Reason 1. Your native language is your comfort zone. It's automatic. You don't think about grammar or word choice, you just speak.
Yes, so when you're learning English, your brain tries to use that same automatic system. It thinks in your language because that's the highway.
And English is still a dirt road. Bumpy, slow, unfamiliar.
So your brain keeps going back to the highway. That's why beginners translate almost everything.
Exactly. It's not laziness, it's just how learning works at first.
Okay, reason 2.
Reason 2. You were probably taught to translate. In school, in textbooks, in apps. The method is, here's an English word, here's your language word.
Yes, vocabulary lists with translations. Grammar rules explained in your language. Everything is a translation exercise.
So you build a translation habit without even realizing it.
Right, and that habit is hard to break because it's so deep.
But here's the thing. Translation is useful at the beginning. It helps you understand. But at some point, it becomes the problem.
Yes, it's like training wheels on a bike. Great when you're 5, but if you're still using them at 15, something's wrong.
Exactly. You need to take them off and feel the balance yourself.
Okay, reason 3.
Reason 3. You're scared of making mistakes. When you translate, you can check your sentence before you speak.
Yes, it feels safer. You think, okay, this is how I'd say it in my language, so this must be right in English.
But English doesn't always match your language. Different expressions, different idioms, different logic.
So you end up speaking correct words in the wrong way.
Exactly. Like saying, I have 20 years, instead of, I'm 20 years old.
Right, that's translation thinking. You're copying the structure from your language.
And native speakers understand you, but it sounds a little off.
So those are the 3 big reasons: comfort zone, old learning habits, and fear of mistakes.
But the beautiful thing is, you can change this. Your brain is flexible. It can learn to think in English.
Yes, and it's not about being perfect. It's about shifting your mental habit little by little.
So, let's talk about how.
All right, here we go. 7 techniques to stop translating and start thinking in English. Ready?
Let's do this.
Technique 1. Start with simple inner monologue.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means you talk to yourself in English, inside your head, but you keep it super simple.
Oh, like narrating your day?
Exactly. Not full sentences at first, just words and short phrases.
So, if I'm making coffee, I think, coffee, hot, need sugar.
Yes, perfect. You're not translating, you're just labeling your world in English.
And over time, those words become automatic.
Right, and then you can upgrade to short sentences. I'm making coffee. I need sugar. This tastes good.
So you're building an English-only zone in your brain.
Exactly. And the key is, don't judge yourself. Don't worry about grammar. Just practice thinking in English, even if it's messy.
I love this. So it's like creating a new habit, one thought at a time.
Yes, and the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Okay, technique 2.
Technique 2. Use English definitions, not translations.
Oh, this one changed my life.
Right? So instead of looking up a word in your language, you look it up in an English learner's dictionary.
Like Cambridge, Oxford, or Longman.
Yes, because those dictionaries explain words using simple English.
So if you don't know the word exhausted, you don't translate it. You read, very tired, no energy left.
Exactly. And now your brain is thinking in English, not jumping back to your language.
Plus, you often learn extra words in the definition.
Right. So you're building connections inside English, not bridges to your native language.
This is huge for vocabulary. You start to feel words, not just memorize translations.
Yes, because in your language, tired and exhausted might share the same translation, but in English, they're different levels.
Exactly. And you only understand that difference when you stay inside English.
So from now on, challenge yourself. When you learn a new word, define it in English. Don't translate it.
Okay, technique 3.
Technique 3. Think in chunks, not word by word.
Yes, this is so important. A chunk is a group of words that belong together.
Right, like by the way, or it depends, or I'm not sure.
These are complete thoughts. You don't need to build them from scratch every time.
Exactly. When you translate word by word, you're slow. But when you memorize chunks, you speak fast.
Because chunks are ready-made. You just grab them and use them.
Yes, and native speakers think in chunks all the time. They don't build every sentence like a puzzle.
Right. They have hundreds of go-to phrases, and they just mix and match.
So, how do you learn chunks?
Notice them when you listen or read. Write them down. Repeat them out loud.
Exactly. And use them in your inner monologue.
So instead of thinking, I have to tell you something, you think, by the way,
Yes, perfect. That's chunk thinking.
and the more chunks you know, the less you translate.
Because you're thinking in full English expressions, not converting words one by one.
Okay, technique 4.
Technique 4. Describe, don't translate.
Ooh, I love this trick.
So imagine you don't know the English word for something. Instead of running to your translator app, you describe it in English.
Right. Like if you don't know the word fridge, you say, the big box in the kitchen where food stays cold.
Exactly. And guess what? A native speaker will understand you.
Yes, and they might even tell you the word. Oh, you mean the fridge?
Right. So you learn it naturally in context, not from a translation list.
This also trains your brain to stay in English when you're stuck.
Exactly. You're not allowed to switch languages. You have to find a way to express it in English.
And that's when your brain gets creative.
Yes, and creativity builds fluency.
So next time you blank on a word, don't panic. Just describe it.
And you'll be surprised how often people understand you anyway.
Okay, technique 5.
Technique 5. Immerse yourself in English input daily.
Yes, this is the foundation. You can't think in English if you're not hearing or reading English.
Right, because your brain needs examples. It needs to hear how native speakers actually talk.
So listen to podcasts like this one. Watch shows, YouTube videos, movies.
And the key is, do it every day, even if it's just 15 or 20 minutes.
Yes, consistency beats intensity.
Exactly. 15 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week.
And when you listen, don't translate what you hear. Just try to understand the meaning directly.
Right. Let the English wash over you. If you catch 60 or 70%, that's great.
Yes, because your brain is training to process English, not convert it.
And over time, you'll notice you understand faster.
Because you're building English reflexes, not translation reflexes.
Exactly. So make English input a daily habit.
Okay, technique 6.
Technique 6. Talk to yourself out loud in English.
Wait, so we're talking to ourselves now?
Yes, and it's powerful. Not just thinking, actually speaking out loud.
Why does this help?
Because thinking in your head is one thing, but speaking activates different parts of your brain.
Right, your mouth, your ears, your pronunciation muscles.
Yes, so when you speak out loud, even to yourself, you're practicing real fluency.
And it feels less scary because nobody's listening.
Exactly. You can make mistakes, pause, correct yourself, and nobody cares.
So, what do you talk about?
Anything. Describe your morning routine. Talk about what you see outside. Explain a movie you watched.
Or even pretend you're teaching someone. Like, today I'm going to explain how to make scrambled eggs in English.
Yes, perfect. Teaching forces you to organize your thoughts clearly.
And the more you do this, the more automatic English becomes.
Right, because you're removing the fear and the pressure.
It's just you, your voice, and English.
Exactly. So try it today, even for 5 minutes.
Okay, last one. Technique 7.
Technique 7. Stop translating before you speak.
Wait, how do you just stop?
By giving yourself permission to speak simple, even broken English.
Oh, so it's about letting go of perfection.
Exactly. The problem is, when you translate first, you're trying to say the perfect sentence from your language.
Right, and then you get stuck because English doesn't work that way.
So instead, speak what you can say in English right now, not what you wish you could say.
Even if it's just 3 words?
Yes, 3 clear words in English are better than a perfect sentence trapped in your head.
Right, because communication is the goal, not perfection.
Exactly. And when you speak simple English directly, without translating, you start to build confidence.
Yes, and confidence leads to more speaking, which leads to more fluency.
It's a beautiful cycle.
So the rule is, speak what you know, not what you think you should know.
Perfect. That's the mindset shift.
Okay, Sarah, let's make this even more real. Can we do some examples?
Yes. Let's show what translation thinking sounds like versus direct English thinking.
Great, I'll be the translation thinker and you fix it.
Okay, go.
So let's say I want to say, I'm very interested in learning languages. But in my head, I translate word by word from my native language, and it comes out weird.
Okay, what would it sound like?
I have much interest for learning of languages.
Right, okay. So grammatically, each word might make sense, but the structure is off because you're copying your language.
Exactly. But if I think in English chunks, I'd just say, I'm really interested in learning languages.
Perfect. Or even simpler. I love learning languages.
Yes, that's direct English thinking. No translation, just clear expression.
Exactly. Okay, another example.
Okay, let's say I want to say, yesterday I went to the store, but I forgot my wallet at home.
That's already good English.
Right, but if I translate word by word from some languages, I might say, yesterday I go to store, but I forget my wallet in house.
Ah, yes, the tense is wrong, and the little words like the and at are missing.
Exactly, because in my language, maybe we don't use articles, or tenses work differently.
Right. So translation thinking makes you skip important English details.
But if I think in English, I automatically remember the past tense and the little structure words.
Yes, because you're not converting, you're creating.
Okay, one more.
Let's do a tricky one.
How about this? I want to say, it's raining, so I can't go out.
Okay, that's clean English.
But if I translate from my language, I might say, it rains, so I know can go outside.
Right, because some languages don't use the continuous form, and negatives work differently.
Exactly. So translation creates little grammar mistakes.
But if I think in English, I just say what I've heard English speakers say. It's raining, so I can't go out.
Yes, you're using stored patterns, not building from scratch.
Exactly. That's the power of thinking in English.
Okay, so we've talked about techniques, but let's be honest. Switching from translation thinking to direct thinking is hard.
Yes, and people make some common mistakes along the way.
Let's talk about them so our listeners can avoid them.
Okay, mistake one, trying to think in English about complex topics too soon.
Right, like if you're still a beginner or low intermediate, don't try to explain quantum physics in English inside your head.
Exactly. Start simple. Talk about your breakfast, your feelings, your daily routine.
Yes, because if the topic is too hard, your brain will panic and go back to translation.
Right, so keep it easy at first. Build confidence with simple thoughts.
Okay, mistake two.
Mistake two, judging yourself for making mistakes in your inner monologue.
Oh, this is huge. People think, even my thoughts in English are wrong, so I give up.
Right, but nobody's listening to your thoughts. It's okay if they're messy.
Yes, the goal is practice, not perfection.
Exactly. So if you think, I go to store yesterday, and then you realize the mistake, just smile and move on.
Right, or correct it. I went to the store yesterday. But don't beat yourself up.
Yes, self-judgment kills progress.
Okay, mistake three.
Mistake three, giving up after a few days.
Yes, people try thinking in English for 2 days, and then they say, this doesn't work.
Right, but changing a mental habit takes weeks, sometimes months.
Exactly. You've been translating for years. You can't undo that in 2 days.
So be patient with yourself. Even small progress is progress.
Yes, if you can think one sentence in English today without translating, that's a win.
Exactly. Celebrate small wins.
Okay, mistake four.
Mistake four, only practicing when you're studying English.
Right, people think, okay, during my English lesson, I'll think in English. But the rest of the day, I'll translate.
And that doesn't work because your brain needs constant exposure.
Exactly. You need to make English part of your daily life, not just a subject you study.
So think in English when you're cooking, walking, waiting for the bus.
Yes, those little moments add up.
Exactly. Make English your mental companion.
Okay, Sarah, let's talk about mindset for a second, because I think this is where people get stuck.
Yes, mindset is everything.
So many learners think, I need to be perfect before I can think in English.
Right, and that's backwards.
Exactly. You don't become fluent and then start thinking in English. You start thinking in English, and that's how you become fluent.
Yes, it's not the result, it's the process.
So you have to give yourself permission to be messy, to make mistakes, to sound like a child sometimes.
Right, because that's how you learned your native language.
Exactly. You didn't wait until you were perfect. You just started talking.
And you made so many mistakes, but nobody cared.
Right, because mistakes are part of learning.
So the mindset shift is this. Stop trying to translate yourself into an advanced speaker. Just be a learner who's brave enough to think in English today.
Yes, that's beautiful. And here's the truth. Native speakers don't think in perfect grammar either.
Right, they use slang, they pause, they change their mind mid-sentence.
Exactly. So stop holding yourself to a standard that doesn't even exist.
Yes, the goal is communication, connection, and confidence,
Not perfection.
not perfection.
All right, we've covered a lot today. So let's do our word tour and collect all the useful phrases and expressions we used.
Yes, this is where we help these words stick in your brain with simple examples.
Okay, first phrase, inner monologue.
Inner monologue means the voice inside your head, the way you talk to yourself silently.
Yes, everyone has an inner monologue. For English learners, the goal is to make that voice speak English.
For example, my inner monologue is still in my native language, but I'm working on it.
Or, I practice English by using inner monologue while I cook.
Perfect. Okay, next word, chunk.
A chunk is a group of words that go together as one unit.
Yes, like by the way, it depends, or I'm not sure. These are chunks.
And learning chunks makes you sound more natural and fluent.
For example, I'm learning English in chunks, not word by word.
Or, if you memorize chunks, your speaking will improve fast.
Great. Next phrase, word by word.
Word by word means translating or thinking one word at a time.
Yes, and this is slow and often creates mistakes.
For example, I used to translate word by word, but now I think in full sentences.
Or, don't build English sentences word by word from your language.
Exactly. Next phrase, comfort zone.
Comfort zone is the place or habit where you feel safe and easy.
Yes, your native language is your comfort zone. English is outside of it.
And to grow, you have to step outside your comfort zone.
For example, thinking in English felt uncomfortable at first because I left my comfort zone.
Or, if you stay in your comfort zone, you won't improve.
Perfect. Next phrase, mental habit.
A mental habit is something your brain does automatically without thinking.
Yes, like translation. If you've done it for years, it's a mental habit.
And breaking a mental habit takes time and practice.
For example, translation is a mental habit I'm trying to change.
Or, building new mental habits in English takes a few weeks.
Great. Next expression, wash over you.
Wash over you means to let something flow around you without forcing it.
Yes, like when you listen to English, don't stop and translate every word. Just let it wash over you and feel the meaning.
For example, when I watch English shows, I let the language wash over me.
Or, don't stress about every word. Just let it wash over you.
Perfect. Next phrase. Go-to phrases.
Go-to phrases are the expressions you use all the time, your favorites.
Yes, like, I mean, you know, that makes sense. These are go-to phrases for native speakers.
And when you have your own go-to phrases in English, you sound more fluent.
For example, I have a few go-to phrases I use in every conversation.
Or, learning go-to phrases helped me speak faster.
Exactly. Next word, blank.
To blank means to suddenly forget something or have your mind go empty.
Yes, like when you're speaking and you blank on a word, you can't remember it.
For example, I blanked on the word for fridge, so I described it instead.
Or, don't panic if you blank, just keep talking.
Great. Next phrase, let go of.
Let go of means to stop holding on to something, to release it.
Yes, like let go of perfection, let go of fear, let go of translation.
For example, I let go of my need to be perfect and just started speaking.
Or, if you let go of translation, your fluency will improve.
Perfect. Last one, mindset shift.
A mindset shift is when you change the way you think about something.
Yes, it's not just learning new information, it's changing your perspective.
For example, the biggest mindset shift for me was accepting that mistakes are okay.
Or, thinking in English requires a mindset shift, not just new vocabulary.
Exactly.
Wow, that was a full episode. We covered so much today.
Yes, from why translation happens, to 7 techniques, to mindset, to vocabulary.
And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to do everything at once.
Right. Just pick one technique that feels easy and start there.
Maybe today you'll try inner monologue for 5 minutes.
Or maybe you'll look up one word in an English dictionary instead of translating it.
Yes, small steps create big changes over time.
And remember, thinking in English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave.
Brave enough to leave your comfort zone, brave enough to make mistakes, brave enough to sound simple.
Yes, because every time you think in English, even for one sentence, you're rewiring your brain.
And that's real progress.
So here's a little challenge for this week.
Ooh, I love challenges.
Try to think in English for 10 minutes every day. Just narrate your day in your head.
Yes, and don't judge yourself. Just practice.
And if you want, come to the comments and tell us, what was the hardest part? What felt easy?
Yes, we read every comment and we love hearing your stories.
Even 1 or 2 sentences is perfect.
All right, this is Sarah.
And this is Ryan from Key to Learn English.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Keep practicing, keep thinking in English, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye!